Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. Today, there's a lot of news. Last week I missed. Last weekend, just took a little personal day. You know what I'm saying? But back, feeling better than ever. Personal week, pretty much. Week off of podcast. Let's get right into it. Why don't we? Why don't we get right into it? So it's big news. Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry have tied the knot. It's interesting, man, because Katy Perry, California girl, right? California girl, it's unforgettable. All of the guys in Cali apparently don't mean shit, but the previous president of Canada, Justin Trudeau, he's a cuck, right? He's a cuck. I would assume that it's strictly based off of the money and power, because he was once ruling Canada. I can't imagine, Justin Trudeau's like in love with Katy Perry. I honestly think Katy Perry must be doing some sort of play, some sort of thing. This is how you get get to the top of the charts in Canada. You know what I mean? Because in Canada, they're playing a lot of Katy Perry on the radio right now. It is what it is, right? Canadian, and since she's married to Justin Trudeau, she's got that now. She's like a Canadian citizen, so she's got that weird thing where in Canada they have to play 30% of Canadian born musicians, which is funny because there's a lot of nobodies in Canada that have nothing, but they just constantly play Drake and Justin Bieber over and over again. So it's I don't know. It's gotten to a point where the music industry is a joke, right? They go, if you got to bot your streams, and then you got a number one hit, right? So, and they say 50% of the internet is fake, or well over 50% now with AI introductions, and it's just bots spamming each other. It's at a point where it's like no one even cares. It's like, man, how much money could you put up? Great, now you got a number one hit. Now you got a number one album. You're famous, right? And you're like, dude, I just paid a guy to give me 1 million plays on Spotify, and it shot me to the charts, and maybe 50,000 real people listen to me, but it just looks good. People see, oh, this is trending. It tricks the algorithm bot. These fake bots trick the algorithm bot into thinking, oh, this is a hot new song or a hot new artist coming out, and now they're famous. And I think the thing that fucks up now, it's like you're a one-hit wonder. I don't even think one-hit wonders exist anymore. It's just you at one time had enough to pay to get played, because there's a lot of talented artists, and all those talented artists are nobodies. They're just there's a lot of people that can make good music, good songs. It's very easily done. Everyone can get a little microphone, set it up in their garage, and get their band, get some used equipment off of Amazon or whatever, and they can make some good music. But I think we're so backlogged with like content and everything like that. 6ix9ine, right? 6ix9ine did an interview. And he talked about it. He's like, all these, you just bought your accounts or whatever you get, and it's like, that's the formula. Like, the formula is, hey man, wow, you make really good music. Do you want to pay me, and I'll give you like a bunch of streams, and then you'll take off. And it's like, it never really works, because it's all bots. So it's like you're hot, and then it's like, oh wow, you're trending this month, and the next month you better keep paying that guy. You better pay him even more so that you get a progressive build, so it looks like you're getting more and more listens and followers. But it's like, it's weird, man. And 6ix9ine, he's a funny guy, man, but he's a snitch through and through. He's telling all the secrets, right? He is telling it all. And They came out and they said, one of the guys, some YouTuber came down, had a breakdown of what 6ix9ine was talking about, and he's like, man, this guy literally has in his contract with his new label or whatever, his new labeled contract is, you get your your music gets bumps every time you do streams. So just do streams and podcasts. So just be a clown in front of the camera. And I look at it, I'm like, man, does the music even matter anymore? Right? Like, for a guy that switched so many different whatevers, his thing is just being funny on camera. And it's like, his music, he, you know, when he was with his gang music, when he was with the Bloods and everything, he made a couple of decent hits, right? But it's odd to me that, like, you can't live off of that anymore. You can't live off of having a really good hit song 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it doesn't mean shit. You might be able to crack $1,000 every couple of months with the streams, and it's like, man, I don't know. And with the with how everything's going, we don't see stars anymore. We don't see true people that are like Michael Jackson. They'll never be, and they're coming out with a Michael Jackson movie, and it's just gonna be his nephew, right? And his nephew's hoping to God that he does a really good job acting as Michael Jackson, because that's the only way you get in nowadays. You just have to be. I better put on that fucking, you know, I better put on some fake hair and do blackface and turn myself into Jimi Hendrix, grab a guitar and go around to the Vegas Strip and pretend to be Jimi Hendrix. I gotta be somebody else. I gotta be someone that's already existing, an existing IP, an existing franchise. Everything is being redone. They're coming out with the new Predators. It's not new. You're a Predator, new Predator. And it's like, none of this shit matters. I was watching the NBA too, and I'm like, all of these guys are insanely talented. NBA, NFL, NHL, all of these new rookies that are coming up, they're really good. They're killing it, right? There's some crazy plays I've seen. I've started getting back into the NFL. I watched the NBA. I'm like, yo, this is and I was telling myself, I'm like, man, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Giannis on the Milwaukee Bucks, that guy is like a fucking point guard. He could play as a point. He always tries to bring up the ball. Brings up the ball. I'm like, this guy's amazing. And as they were going, like, this guy's like one of the greatest, right? We're watching a great in history. Motherfuckers can barely even pronounce his name, so they just call him by his first name, Giannis. They don't even bother, right? Because it's like, that's how quick people get into the limelight and then out of the limelight. You got 10 years in NBA, maybe, if you're lucky. And I don't know what LeBron James is doing. I don't know how, you know, I don't know if he's still playing or if he's retired yet. He's kind of like in that zone, but he's like the last of the great. Like, you can't really name. Steph Curry is as good as you can get, but even then, Steph Curry kind of, people still kind of, if I tell like anybody above the age of 40 about Steph Curry, I haven't watched basketball. I don't know. I think I heard the name, but they wouldn't even be able to point him out in the lineup, right? Which is crazy. I find, and then they were talking about Giannis. They're like, Giannis is one of the greatest, and he was shooting a free throw, and he airballs as a free throw, right? And and I was just like, oh, and in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's a bum now. He just airballed a free throw. You know, Shaq does it. Shaq did it all the time. He's a big guy. You know, sometimes, you know, you try to put, you try to not put so much power on. I don't know. Whatever was going through his head, that must suck. But I was like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's a bum now. And I immediately just, everything that he did in the game, he busted out like a triple-double, I think. And he was just killing it. But in my mind, I'm like, fuck him. Fuck him. He airballed that. I could beat him. Give me in one-on-one, I could beat him. And I think that's what that like is. Stars nowadays, just you're in this weird zone where I you know, maybe it's because Israel's busy bombing Gaza that nobody really gets famous anymore. Hollywood doesn't really exist. Russell Crowe was on Joe Rogan talking about how you can, you know, you don't have to go to California you don't have to go to LA to make a movie anymore. You could do it. These young up and comers are doing it all around the world. but it also feels like no one's like genuinely, authentically famous. It might be a mix of the fact that everybody on Instagram's kind of famous. I haven't been on Instagram for like months now. It feels weird. Definitely, I feel like sometimes when I'm walking down the street, I feel like I'm like, man, am I missing anything? And then I think about when I would scroll on Instagram, and I go like, I don't think I should know, where my buddy, that I haven't seen in 3 years. I don't think I should know what he's up to now. Like it's like I look back sometimes and I try to think of like when we had no internet, and even though way back in caveman era, like the caveman days when you just had to like your whole day consisted of like, okay, we gotta catch like a fox, we gotta get a deer, we gotta get a little rabbit, we gotta get something to eat because we're gonna be starving, we're gonna die out of starvation. It is literally a sink or swim kind of mentality. Like you gotta go out to hunt. It's killed or be killed, right? You're gonna die of it's like, and the people pushed it. It's the persistent hunters mentality. And if you apply that, I think, to music, if you apply that to anything, persistently coming at things, hopefully with my podcast, it catches on. I am persistently coming, even though I skip a week or two, kick my feet up and I go, every time I miss a podcast and someone, maybe a fan or two or three, goes, Mediumjay, he's not on. I did do a podcast this week. I hope he comes early, a little late. Maybe he's on Sunday. Hopefully Sunday. Coming in Friday. No, Sunday, and then Monday comes around. I guess he's just not doing a podcast this week. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's a shame. You know what I mean? I hope, and then they go, I hope everything's okay. Maybe that nigga's back in jail. Maybe that nigga's dead. You know what I mean? Maybe that nigga's so. Maybe he's up in Schitt's Creek, without a paddle. And in my mind, every time I miss a podcast, I go, fuck those people, man. Fuck them. They really want it. I go, it's like what Supreme did as a brand back in the day. They go, we're sold out. They'd like drop something, have 5,000 articles of clothing or whatever, limited edition, and go, we're sold out. Right? It's like the podcast is scarce. Create a scarcity mentality, right? Scarce mentality. And you're not getting a lot of podcasts, right? Because it's not diluted, it's not watered down. You're getting, if I don't have anything to say too, if I'm like, I don't really have much, I can make it up, but if I keep just making things up off the top, I run into this weird, a feeling where I'm like, yeah, it's a podcast and it's out there, and maybe even, hey, it might be getting the most amount of listens, but I don't feel comfortable with myself, like I'm not giving a true reflection. I'm just kind of going through the motions, right? And I hate that with music too. Sometimes I'll just scrap, like I'll be doing music and I'm like, I'm just kind of here doing it. I'm not really feeling it. Well, I'll scrap the music, I'll scrap the podcast. I just won't do it. Right, with my writing process for music, it's literally like I am in the mood to do it. I'll do it, and I do it, and I do as much as I can, and I go, I'm done. Right, it's like I don't feel comfortable doing it anymore, so I'll stop. I'll put it down, and I'll go do something else, and I'll go. And here's the thing: all the time I tell myself, I'm like, what if I don't get it back? That's a scary. What if I don't ever feel comfortable enough to do it again? And honestly, I kind of, with the way the music industry is right now, I am completely comfortable quitting. I like it means absolutely nothing to me. I thought about it too today. Well, I think about this almost every week at least. I go, if the internet just shuts down, I'm fucked. All my stuff's on there. It shuts down. I don't really have. I have backups on my computer, on flash drives and shit. But what good is it? What good is a flash drive that you can't connect to the internet, right? Like you can't. It's literally gonna be like, hey guys, come over here, plug it in and play it on my phone, off my laptop. all my downloaded content. It's like, fuck, man. It seems like we're in this weird zone where the internet has to keep, the digital world has to keep working. It's like if they shut down the Matrix, the real world would crumble because we had all our money digital. We had digital money. We have cryptocurrencies. We got enough money in the bank that it doesn't exist, right? I think the smartest thing you could do right now is carry cash, because even in the global apocalypse where zombies are running around, cash is still gonna, because I got cash. Imagine having cash from the old world, right? It's like doubloons and gold. You have all these old money, right? It's like this money came from, all that old money is worth way more money than it is now, right? Like there's like a $2 bill I think Canada had, right? It's like a $2 bill, which is rare, right? Even in any other country, they have dollar bills, $5, tens, 5, 10. It's $2 was a rare thing. Canada just said, "Fuck it, we got $2 in a bill," and that $2 is probably worth like $5 now. If you had that $2. So whoever's out there that has that is probably worth a lot more than $2, right? That being said, if you have a stack of money and in the whole economy, crashes, everyone's losing their minds, it becomes a dog eat dog world out there, and you're going around with the shotgun shooting motherfuckers and shooting and looting, I say, take my advice. For all the people, don't think that money will ever be useless. Eventually, one point or another, they're gonna have to create some new fucking money. Some new ruler comes on, like some Genghis Khan motherfucker, some Hitler maybe. Sorry Jews, could happen. A motherfucker like Gaddafi or Stalin comes in. Some ruthless motherfucker that just runs shit with his goons. His goons. And you're like, fuck, man, this sucks. But, dude, I got 50 G's of old money buried in my yard, right? Now they're reestablishing the farmland. They're doing this and that. And then you go, hey, guys, by the way, I got a bunch of money. I'm not going to tell you where it is, right? I'm not going to tell you guys, you know what I mean? But I could, I got a couple $100 from the old money. Let's, and all of a sudden, once that whole world is reinstated, they go, okay, this is something we can base. You know what I mean? That might be the reserves, right? Your old money, that old money that that ceased to exist anymore, could be the new dollars metric system or the new gold, right? Bars of gold obviously will probably still be. Gold will still be. It would be weird though if we just said fuck gold. Gold ain't worth shit, right? It'd be weird if people did that. I don't know. That being said, man, these rich motherfuckers, man, out there, these oligarchs in Canada, Justin Trudeau's, the Mark Carneys of the world, right? They think they could just go marry Katy Perry, right? And fall in love. You know what I mean? I hope Katy Perry, if you're listening, by the off chance, if you're listening, just take that nigga for a ride, bro. Take this loser. Like, I hope she fucks over Justin Trudeau. He's a cuck, first of all. So I'd probably be able to fuck her in front of him while he watches, and he's just, he's like on some Diddy shit. No homo. But I'm fucking. Katy Perry's kind of old though. She's getting old. She's up there in the ranks. Those pop stars, man, they age fast. The fame and fortune, right? If they're not getting the surgery constantly, they age fast. And Katy Perry's still a beautiful woman. Don't get me wrong. But like once a woman hits 40, right? As a guy, I'm 30, and I tell myself all the time, I'm old, right? I'm old. This like young 28-year-old chick was like, you look like you're 30. I thought you were 35, but I'm mature, right? I look still good. But I'm getting old. I'm getting old, guys. But some girls are like, I thought you were like 21, 22. So I don't know, man. Women are goofy. I don't know. But it's all in perspective, right? If you feel good, you look good, you know, fuck them, right? These are a lot of people are worried so much, man. And in this society too, society, these people are fucking losers, man. Most of these people are losers. And I don't mean like, oh, they're like, oh, they don't have money, or they don't, they could have, you could be rich as fuck and own all this property, you have a bunch of business. But Elon Musk, man, the richest guy ever, has to, at one point or another, at least once a year, right, has to pull out his dick and go, I'm gonna jerk off because ain't no bitch around, bro. Like, I gotta jerk off, right? I gotta get this nut out. Imagine having $400 billion and going, I still gotta beat my own meat, right? That's it's always a fail. Every time I jerk off, I'm like, if I apply myself, or if I get some money, or what, you know, I could go to the strip club, baby talk my way into some pussy. But it's always like, the richest guy with 12 kids, and he can, you know, I'm sure any girl, but every now and then he's messaging all his hoes, you know, Elon Musk's hoe, probably like, he's messaging thousands of chicks on Twitter with bots. He's using Grok. He's got Grok enhanced, you know, find a slut Grok. Find a slut for me, Grok. Okay, here's a list of 108 women, real quick, right off the top, that are in your location, this, that, you know what I mean, and are fertile and ready to get pumped, and you're messaging all of them left on red, and he's just going like, fuck it, I'll do it myself. I'm Elon Musk. I could beat my meat better than, I could do it better than anyone else. You know what, fucking Grok, make a pussy for me. Make a pussy mold of all my exes put together, right? That's Elon Musk, right? That's exactly that's exactly what he's up to. But again, the guy is like Bernie Sanders, right? Bernie Sanders fighting oligarchy. I got his book, right? And now this book, I was trying to find it in a library, right? Or not the library, the bookstore. I bought it. Like, this book came out, right? Trying to find it, and the girl's like, oh, it's this little book, and I go, what the fuck, is that a bookmark? This is a tiny ass book. Bernie Sanders, how the fuck are we gonna fight oligarchy with this tiny ass book? Look at it, it's like 100 pages. Look at Mark Carney's book, and this guy has a book. I mean, put it down, it shakes the camera, right? This one, nothing. You get nothing. You can barely. Did I hear it? It's nothing. It's a little tiny book. How the fuck he says a lot in this book, though, about big banking and how fucking banking has corrupted the government, right? But the money has corrupted the government. Rich billionaires, oligarchs, have corrupted our political system. Now, Mark Carney, just on the fact that most people don't read books, people go, there's a little book. Mark Carney's got a bunch of words in this book, and they're a bunch of big words. Must be smart. He must know what he's doing, right? Let him let him lead the pack. Let him charge, right? I read the first few pages. I don't even think I want to read I bought Mark Carney's book. I gotta read it, but it's nothing. It's a whole lot of nothing. He's talking about nothing. He goes, values. We're building the world for we gotta leave the world for a better place for our children. Like, this nigga's talking about, you know, repairing the world. Like, hey, we gotta worry about climate change, and it's all of the political things, and like, we're gonna do it all. And then I bet he goes home and he fucking tag teams Katy Perry with Justin Trudeau. I bet he just does that. I bet he does that. He tells his wife, hey, listen, I'm gonna be home late. I gotta do a lot of political shit with my book. Then he fucks a bunch of strippers on the top of a pallet of his books. You know what I'm saying? And then he fucking throws the money at the strippers, and he goes, use about half of the money I gave you to just buy my books, so we can count those as sales, so I got the best national seller. You know what I'm saying? I bet he does that. I bet. What if it's just bots reading his book? I bet it's just bots. He bot farmed his books. There's no way. I bought it. But it's not a good book. right? Jordan Peterson will tell you that. Jordan, you don't listen to me. Listen to Jordan Peterson, right? You know, corrupt. I don't even know what. I don't know much. I don't know how to do a good Jordan Peterson. I should get my buddy Taylor on. He does a good Jordan Peterson. But Mark Carney, I feel as though he is. When I read this book, I get angry, right? And it's boring. It's boring angry. It's like a boring anger, like a frustration, because like none of this is not bring people in, bring immigrants in, you know, give them all the opportunity and fuck the people that are already here. They're already here. They're not gonna leave. Most people don't leave where they're born, right? If you're born in a first world, born in America, I think there's a scary percent, like it's like 60 or 70% of people that are born in America don't leave America, which is crazy. Like even like to travel, to even like to visit another place, they don't get any outside perspective. And it's weird because I think like if you go to a certain place and you learn their customs and everything, you eventually just kind of get used to it, right? Like where it's just people at the end of the day. Like people, they got heating, they got some water, they got a fridge, hopefully, What they're doing in Britain, though, they're like a lot of weird thing. I just seen the EU is thinking about tracking or even blocking like they said like any purchases over $3,000 they're gonna track, and they're gonna ban anything over like $10,000 purchases, which is weird and doesn't really make sense. Because don't you have to like to buy a home? Like what home is $10,000 or less, right? I don't know, man. It's gonna be weird. And someone was in the comments going like, they're not even gonna probably account this rule for inflation. So when the average computer starts costing 12 grand, or a phone, right? Phones are now, you get that new iPhone 17. Look at the prices. It's like $2,900, right? It's pretty up there. You're looking at being, the moment you buy that in the EU, they're gonna start tracking you, right? They're gonna just Yeah, it's weird, man. I honestly, with the amount of shit that I talk, I think I'm gonna be grandfathered in to shit talking, right? Because I have nothing to lose. I think that's the beauty of not having any backing, right? They're never gonna Charlie Kirk me, because it's useless. It's like a waste of a bullet, It's like he's the motherfucker's too. I'm not up there, right? I didn't take anybody's money, so they can't really silence a guy, right? It's essentially the podcast has resorted to just construction talk. Right, pass it around with your buddies at the construction site. Oh, listen to this nigga talking shit. It's funny, right? That's what it has been. I guess that's what it's going to be. I'm not going to take any sponsors. I might plug some guy's books that I bought, but in reality, you're going to get my unfiltered speech through thick and thin, right? That being said, these rich people, right? Billie Eilish is one of them. Right, this girl's like 24 years old, 25, something like that. She's a young chick, right? Completely ignorant to the ways of mankind. This dumb bitch got on stage. She donated, Stephen Colbert got on and said Billie Eilish has donated through $11.5 million to some sort of bullshit charity that probably has, probably her whole family's been working on that charity and they're taking cuts off the top. It's a great way to launder her money so she doesn't pay taxes. She just got that's all that. It's all fine and dandy. She just got a deal with Apple Movie, the Apple streaming services, which, that's obviously going to pump up her numbers in the Apple algorithm for the music, of course. She's running up her numbers, right? So it's a $50 million deal for her movie. You know what I mean? Now, I like Billie Eilish, but to quote the great Kanye West, what the fuck does she know about any life experience in movie? Like, I bet her movie's gonna deal with the fact that she probably tried to sleep with some guys, realized that I might be bi, or you know what, I think I'm actually lesbian. I just like fucking chicks, right? I just like chilling with chicks. At the end of the day, though, I doubt, other than teenage women, anybody's gonna be interested in the life and times of Billie Eilish. You know, she, you know, from good girl to bad guy, or bad guy to good girl, or, you know, from philanthropy, no, from music discography to philanthropy, right? And she got on stage and just like a teenager, because she's trapped in this, you know, once you get famous you get perpetually pushed out of ever aging and just being a person that matures. You're just like, I gotta be that person now. That's you solidified your character, and you're just that for the rest of your life. She's getting on stage, she's just like, you know what, you know, the billionaires out there, a lot of billionaires in the crowd. I think Mark Zuckerberg was in the crowd too. You know, billionaires, it's pointless. Don't be a billionaire. Donate all your money. And she walked off, and everyone clapped, and yeah, it's a good point. You know, and the billionaires are probably like, this dumb bitch doesn't understand. You know what I mean? You don't. You know what I mean? You don't get $1 billion from giving it shit. You give it millions of it away. You don't get to a point. This is why, like, when Elon Musk talks in interviews, this nigga doesn't talk about money at all. He doesn't talk about, because the moment he talks about money, he's got all of it. He's got all of the money somehow. And if you really looked at what he did, he does amazing bullshit with the stock. It's stock manipulation. It's like what he did with Doge when he went on to Saturday Night Live, and he got to the highest point ever, and then it dropped a few weeks after because he sold the majority of his shares in Doge. And he said, you know what, my son owns Doge. My son's a fucking dummy. He should have bought the dip, and, you know, went on fucking public record telling everybody else to buy on a syndicated Saturday Night Live TV network show with my then at the time wife, also in a Mario costume for some reason, you know, telling these dummies to fucking buy it. And then as soon as I go home, I kick my feet up, watch it skyrocket at the highest point, 3 a.m., kick the market, pull the rug out from under these dummies, and then that's how you make money, right? His Tesla company is doing great because Tesla somehow owns a little piece of everything. Tesla owns probably a lot of Nvidia. Tesla owns the company, a lot of shares in other. Tesla isn't doing good. Tesla isn't, you know, they don't have a manufactured fleet. They don't have stores where you can just go and get a Tesla. You have to order that shit. They have maybe a couple of Tesla guys building up the fucking Tesla fucking things, you know, a couple factories, but that, you know, they don't have stores where you can just walk in and pick a Tesla. They don't have cars sitting on a lot. They have a buy to build, or no, you know, buy to build customer. It's point of sale, right? So if people ain't buying them, they're not making them, right? There's maybe 2 Cybertrucks in my city, you know. So if you just take that per capita, right? In this city it's the biggest city. So we just apply that to like places like Toronto. Maybe there's 12 people with Cybertrucks, and there's 140 people with. But I don't see that doing money. I don't see how that should make his stock price $420.69 a share. That's all I'm saying, man. And I'm not even hating on Elon Musk. I look at it and I go, this is we're watching an amazing guy manipulate money. He bought his way into the presidency with Donald Trump. And the moment he started bringing up cutting funds to these bullshit, that's when they're like, all right, you know, get him out of here, right? And then he got a little bit mad and said, oh, well, release the Epstein files, right? I might have, took the plane once in a while with Epstein. I might have shook that guy's hand or whatever, but these dudes out here fucking children. I think Elon Musk is too autistic to be fucking children. He's he's too rich for that to get caught up, right? But also like guys like Mark Zuckerberg, right? Like imagine like Mark Zuckerberg's got into like MMA. He's got into like jiu-jitsu, right? And it's like because these guys make ungodly amounts of money that like they're just doing side quests now, right? Like imagine your whole life you scraped up from the Philippines to come over to fucking America to do a tournament. This is your one tournament. And your one tournament, you're facing fucking Mark Zuckerberg. And all the while he's in your ear like, dude, I will literally ban you off of Facebook and Instagram, motherfucker. Let me choke you. You're like, I guess I gotta let this nigga choke me out, bro. I don't want to. I will literally run several deep state political ads that say you're a pedophile. Like, let me choke you out. It's obviously it's not like that, but it could happen, right? A motherfucker that's worth, how much is 280, 300 billion? This motherfucker buys things. You buy islands to build factories, to get bots to run on your Facebook so that you pump those numbers up. You got to get the review farm too, right? There's no way so many people review Instagram and Facebook and Twitter positively. These are shit tier apps. Anyone that says Twitter is better than Facebook or what, these are garbage apps that keep you on there and it keeps you sedated, right? If you gave your cat a phone and the cat just keeps swiping the phone and he gets eventually addicted and you take the phone away from the cat and he starts hissing at you and clawing at you to get that phone back, would you go, this is healthy, right? This is just human innovation. This is just evolution, right? You'd go, my cat's addicted. Like it's like cocaine, right? They actually did numbers. They ran the numbers on social media. It is like cocaine. I get into just meme sites. I haven't been on social media. Kind of fucking turned my back on it. But every now and then I'll go on to meme sites. And on meme sites, I'll find stuff that's funny. And I'll find little news clips. And that's how I could kind of do I can't be a hermit, right? Gotta do something. I play video games. Video games for me is my biggest addiction. I could spend the whole day just playing video games and listen to podcasts and stuff like that. I listen to some music. But I find with Instagram, when I got on it and I started going like, that looks like a bot, right? Once they started doing like AI girls that are like seductresses or whatever, they're like AI girls, and they're like, this is an AI girl, but it's like she's stacked like ridiculous, she's beautiful, and once it got to a point where I couldn't tell unless they were told by like the people in the comments or by the original profile where they have to do the disclaimer, this is an AI girl, she's not real, please don't try to stalk her. Deep down it's just a guy from India, you know what I mean? It's a guy in Bangladesh, fucking with a computer on a AI image generator app, right? These girls, like for AI, bro, like some of these girls, AI bots, right? And it's like I feel as though it's like Icarus getting too close to the sun. When I see, like, it's like the moment I go, shit, man, I want to see AI porn. I want to see AI girl. I want to see AI Instagram. The moment I start, like, because it's already creepy enough to just look at bikini babes, right? Sports Illustrated, simping over, like, just girls that would probably don't give a fuck. Or they're, like, 30 years older, and they don't look like that at all. Lil Wayne said, speaking of, hot women, Lil Wayne said he doesn't remember most of the shit that he's done, like, 10, 20 years ago. And I feel like that's what, with some of these models, right? And I think Lena Rhodes, right? Lena Rhodes is a porn star. And all I know her from is porn. Very good porn star, right? She was actually, I remember when I was deep in my, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 porn, as a guy, as a guy deep into the porn, like this, I need to bust off like 4 or 5 times a day, dude. Like I crank it till I crank it till I can't no more, till my arms are sore, my forearms broken, I'm just jerking it, you know what I mean, like a Jamaican food truck. They be jerking that chicken, baby. What the fuck going on, man? Whole lot of jerk, whole lot of jerk, whole lot of. But there's like, I would look up. I was like, what are the guys? What is everyone into? What's the number one porn? And I want to associate myself with the porn stars. Got to be up on this thing, right? Get the number one porn star. And Lena Rhodes for the longest time was the number one thing. Riley Reid too, right? She was a number one porn star, right? These were like my childhood porn stars, right? My little childhood. But when they grow up, right, this is what no one will tell you in porn, right? No one will tell you this. She wanted to, like, Riley Reid's like married and has kids, and everybody's just clowning her, right? It's like, hey, are you sure that's yours, bro, or is not just backed up? Like, Lena Rhodes shared, she went on a podcast with her baby, which is again weird. And it was like she had a hard time finding somebody, or maybe she didn't have the right connection with anybody, so she went and got Inverto or whatever, the sperm donor. She got a sperm donor, right? So it's crazy, man. Right? It's crazy. I would have pumped you, Lena. I would have held it down too. I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? I like hoes. I like whores. I like women that have experience. Like, do you want a chef that's been cooking for fucking for two decades, 3 decades? You want a Gordon Ramsay, guy that's been in every kitchen, you know what I mean? Cooked every steak. He's gonna cook your steak to perfection, right? He's gonna cook your chicken, your whatever. He's gonna cook your shit to perfection, right? You don't want that nigga, the nigga that just got out of high school. He's 19 years old. He smokes weed in the back. You know what I mean? He can barely cook an omelet, right? You don't want that guy. His first time in the kitchen, right? That's why I don't know. Like, these motherfuckers want virgins and shit like that. I want a pure girl, right? This East Indian guy at work, he was telling me, he's like, a lot of these East Indian guys, we like, a girl that's pure. And I go, good luck, right? If you're 25, 26 years old, bro, good luck, right? Are you pure? No. What the fuck? What are we saying, bro? I knew a couple girls that were East Indian, and they said, right, they were goofy, right? They were goofy, so I kind of believed it, but they could be lying too, right? It's all an act it's all an illusion with the Asians. But this girl was telling me she's like 31, and her sister was like 36. Both virgins, right? Saving it, right? Saving it, right? And I knew this other East Indian guy. It's like, I go to parties, I fuck hoes, you know what I mean? We get a couple hookers, go to the strip club, we doing everything. Fuck that shit, man. It's just all bullshit, bro. Sex is good, feels good. Doesn't mean shit, bro. What? You know what I'm saying? You drive a 70s Camaro expecting nobody to drive it. You buy a 1970s, a nice Camaro, or a nice fucking, a nice Ferrari, but it's from the fucking 80s, and you're like, no one's driven it. What went wrong? They just built it and kept it in a shop for fucking 60 years? Really? Huh? You expect me to believe that, bud? You expect me to believe that? Not 60 years, obviously. Are you sure about that? You know what I mean? The motherfucker tells you, the motherfucker's 40-year-old virgin. It's, as a guy, it's lame, and ha, he's a fucking loser. Okay, Steve Carell. He's still Steve Carell, right? He's still he's still making bands. He can still run a business as a 40-year-old woman virgin. It's a crazy cat lady, baby. It's a crazy cat lady that ain't shit. She ain't shit. She's a girl that's probably aged because she's constantly denying her thing. I think Opie and Anthony had this chick. Her name was Patty. She was crazy. the show back in Sirius XM. This girl, and she was a virgin. She's like a 50-year-old virgin, right? And she was so childish when it came to like touch. Maybe she got touched as a kid or something. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. What the point is, women, I think, play this coy game all the time, as like, and even guys too. There's a cat and mouse kind of game when you play with women, but there's so many times when I was like, you know, there's a lot of like, if I look back at all these girls that potentially hooked up with or been a partner or dated or even friendships, I remember going like, there's like a point where I'd kind of go like, do you really want to, you know what I mean? Do you really want to get past this, or do you like what we have? And no matter what, they ain't here no more. Whether it's past, whether we took that step forward or we stayed friends, they're not friends. And here we go. You know what I mean? Here we go. So when you go platonic, oh, he's just a friend. Is it that, or did you keep him here? Because here you get all the benefits of a boyfriend without taking that extra step. And maybe the pussy's trash, and he realizes, oh shit, you know what? I gotta get out. Got the pussy and dash, bro. I don't know, man. Women play men. Men can play women too, but it's like, it's always looked at as some dark, evil shit, right? But look at fucking real politics. They use women like AOC is probably bought out easy by the deep state. Easy. They went through a list of all the people that got paid off. Donald Trump got millions. J.D. Vance, millions. Bernie Sanders took millions. Right? All of these guys, okay, then they got to AOC. She took 46,000. She took 1 year of a trucker's salary after taxes. She took that for nothing, right? She's just constantly, what is she doing? She's doing the New York Senate. You could have sold yourself a little. You could have told them to get that price a little higher, baby. If I was with, see that, and that's the problem with it. She just got a white guy, and a white guy is a light skinned chick and a white. Never gonna be happy. Never. These light skinned chicks, oh, I'm gonna be with a white guy, and I'm gonna be on the white man's. Never gonna be happy. Never gonna be happy. I'll tell you why. I got as close as I can to being the white, the white land. They don't give niggas shit. The moment they go, are you in a minority? And you just go, yeah, my dad's, part African or Barbados or Jamaican. They go, ooh, check that box. You'll never. We'll just put this roof on top of you, so you'll never be able to break through on this. And you're stuck in this box, and you try to move. You can kind of move to the side, but it's all just downhill from it. So you might as well be like me. Tell them, fuck the Jews, fuck these dumb oligarchs, fuck these money-hungry individuals, and if I'm wrong, may God strike me down or shoot me in the neck real quick, right now, shoot me, huh? Am I wrong? No? Huh? Every day I line up to the guillotine like, today, boys? No, not today. I guess I didn't ruffle enough feathers. I didn't get enough people. I didn't get, you know what I mean? But I think now they just, the silencing of most people talking shit on the internet, it becomes like I probably should have thousands of people watching my podcast, right? But they just go keep it at like 10 to 100. You know what I mean? Keep them right in that. Take a zero off. Take 2 zeros off. Oh shit, this one's a banger. Only 5 views for the. How is it that? And I don't mean to get semantical, but like there's people that are like, yo, this guy's like a podcaster. This people know me, right? People like, how is it that dozens of people will and I look and it's like 3 views, right? I'm like, huh, right? I can't say, hey YouTube, step your game up. But every now and then when I remember I said specifically, I'm like, yo, my music shouldn't stay at 100 100 monthly listeners, not even streams, monthly listeners. The whole month, 100, right? Exactly, bro. Exactly. Okay, it's 98 now. Okay, it's 102 now, but it's always around 100. The moment I said that on this podcast, I looked the next day. The distribution network that I've been put me in all these playlists, right? They put even my old stuff in with Cash Leaders from Saddle Up. And they're putting all of it, and I got thousands. And I went and I go, this is exactly how it should be. And they're gonna give me some weird free trial for a month, and it's gonna go back down to exactly where it was. Why? How is it if I got it's all bots? I think it's all bots. How is it? And I didn't pay for it or anything, but how is it that if thousands of people listen to my music, right? There's like at least 100, 10% of the people should have saved me into a playlist, and I should have at least gained another 100 or whatever. How does it fall exactly back down to 100? How is it? How is it? Like, do shows. I did shows this year, right? And people are like, oh, we gotta listen to your. Oh, let me. I got new fans from the shows. Still somehow, all right. Take the bots that we had over here. It's just a game. It's all fake. I'm convinced. I'm also one of those guys that I'm convinced that I might be the only real human, and everyone else is an NPC, right? That's a theory, right? You could very well, your existence. And technically everybody has probably their own little bubble, right? Everybody has their own life. There's an interesting theory where like life doesn't render without anybody looking at it. I go as far as to say that I think I might be the main character, and I'm doing whatever I want. I'm saying whatever I want, but I'm in the parameters of this weird world where there's a rich guy, you know, controlling. Like there's like the board, like they're the officers of the game, right? They're the security. They're the rules of it. Like a good police officer isn't human. A good police officer isn't human. He does his job, right? And his job is, you know, I know this and that. But a nice police officer goes, all right, you're speeding. I chased you down, but your wife's in labor in the back, right? Right? You're racing to the fucking hospital, right? A cog in the machine or whatever would go, sorry, I mean, you can't speed, so just wait here. Gonna have to write. It's gonna be like about 30 minutes. Gonna have to write up a ticket, right? And that's how I feel. Some people do. It's like, or like, you know what I mean? You resist arrest, right? They're arresting you, and you nudge the guy. You assaulted an officer. It's like, man, you bent my arms this way, and the elbow brushed up against. You just assaulted me. Right? Add that to the list, and you have to get a lawyer to go, yeah, if he just assaulted you, you got let's run that back. Okay, that's where the elbow brush, you know, let's see your body cam. Oh, your body cam turned off? Well, then it's out, right? I feel as though we're all fucked. But also, it's also beautiful. Life is beautiful when you put the machines down. Fuck these AIs. Fuck these, like, and AI had the bubble burst, right? Right now, all the stocks, I invested in a little bit of it. Obviously, you don't diversification. I am the living proof of how good a little bit of, I'm part Scottish, like French Canadian a little bit, I think, and Métis, Black, African, and Canadian, right? I am a mix. I'm a mutt, but look at me, man. Like, and a lot of girls look at me. A lot of girls, big dick. A lot of girls say I got. I think it's average, but it's all that I know. It's my dick, right? And it's easy to get wrapped up into porn stars. It's easy to get wrapped up into this bullshit of what you see on your screen. And bro, bro, some of these things on your phone, right, scare me. So I've seen some of these AI videos too, right? Scary. It's all fake. It's all fake. All of it, 100% is fake. I'd go, even if, okay, you got whatever 4,000 followers on Insta, but you're struggling to get 10 likes. It's fake. It's fake, bro. Some guys got 10,000 followers, right? Me and my buddy Taylor talk about it. We're not gonna name names. Some motherfuckers got 10,000, 20,000. Motherfucker got 85,000 fucking, this, right? You got 100,000 posts and your average post likes per post are 10. You got 80,000 followers, buddy. What are you doing? And got girls and Taylor Swift. Bots, bro. It's all bots. Nobody likes Taylor Swift. She had to marry a football player that was coming up. Literally one of the greatest, Travis Kelce, one of the greatest wide receivers or running backs. They swap him, right? Shortstop guy, whatever. Him and fucking Mahomes are killing it, right? That was just to boost her sales, man. I think it's all just to put everything. I think comes down like the labels are now like, hey, marry this guy, right? He's on the come up, right? Catch his wind, right? They're telling Drake, keep pumping steak, keep pumping that gambling site and doing shitty meme videos for them, because every time you do that, people go and listen to your music again. There's a spike. Hey, 6ix9ine, you better get in front of the camera and talk shit to DJ Vlad, because that motherfucker, whatever it is, you keep getting more listens, right? We need that shit. And I feel like that shit sucks. You guys are lame, corny. Now kill yourself, right? That's been the weekend show. Please check out my music. Hopefully this stupid podcast gets people to listen to my music. Ideally, if I could, if AI gets good enough that I can create like a fake channel where it takes some of my clips from like say like I'll just talk shit. It's all fake. AI sucks. Boom, and it drops into my music and it plays like a block of my music. Then it gets back to like maybe a short 30 second clips of me and back into the music. Then maybe 10-20 minutes of like radio. It'd be cool, and then just have it autonomously going. That would be cool as fuck. But I know that I could do that essentially. I could create like blocks of weeks of like, okay, my old podcasts where a clip is still relevant, take that, chop it up, have it spanned over a day or two, and a couple hours on the pod, and just fill it up with my music, right? I think I have enough, but it'd be I only actually have like maybe 300, 400 songs out there. I'm SoundCloud. I think I stopped paying for SoundCloud, and I got to start paying for it again so I can get my music back. Because there's some music out there that I have, and I could just upload it to YouTube. But that being said, I got Ops the mixtape on the way. I did this song with this African guy. He's getting his verse going. He got his verse down in a second, right? Gave it to me, tried to do it. I guess it wasn't zeroed in, so we couldn't get the track lined up perfectly. He's like, and he's like, fuck it, I'll do it better again anyways. So he's like doing that. It should be coming up hopefully by the end of this year, if not early next year, right? Some motherfuckers take months to record a verse. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything because he sent that shit to me in the summertime, and I just got back to him about a few weeks ago. I laid down 2 verses, dope as fuck, 2 bridges right into his hook. It should be nice, man. It's like a nice African vibe, man, and it made me feel like, yo, this is like what music is. And I don't think anyone would care about it, but it's good enough that it's like, it's unique. People will like it that like real shit. That being said, I can't promote it because I don't know when it's coming out. It could drop And I think this is the best kind of promotion too. Just keep checking the page. Keep checking it while you're there. Might as well listen to old music that you like from me. Might as well check out some of the new shit that you haven't heard. Ain't no way you heard all of my music. I don't think I've heard all of my... Me personally, there's some songs where I look back like Lil Wayne going like, oh yeah, I did make that. But I do remember. I go, oh yeah. And then I go, yeah. Or I was going through a dark time during those times. That's why I like to usually, when I'm doing good, make music, right? Because it's like, my brother said this. He said, my older brother, he said, you know, you have all your music is like happy-go-lucky, like, you know, energy, high energy, this and that. You don't make music for like low, like there's like, you don't have any like sad songs, bro. That's what you got to do. You got to work on sad songs. And you know what? And I'm like, I listen to him. I'm like, you're right. In my mind, I go, fuck that nigga, bro. He doesn't understand the toll it takes to, if you just keep making sad songs, you end up like Kurt Cobain, bro. Right? You have a shotgun in your mouth at the end of the day. So fuck, and you know what? And to be honest, the nigga that told me, that's my brother. The nigga that told me, you gotta have sad songs, that nigga's on Fent right now. You know what I mean? He's fucking struggling, right? So, right? If I took his advice, I'd probably be, I'd be, a loser like him, man. And I told him one time, I was like, man, if I had it like you, I'd never talk shit. And he came like really angry at me. And I was like, I could see your end game of where you're going. Like when his father, people tell me like, oh, he's gone crazy, he's losing his mind, or he's a wild guy. I go, yeah, but he was like a popular dude, and he was the guy. And he was the man in the city, right? He was that nigga. But it doesn't last. Like it's like it's like all hype, like it's artificial streams. It's not sustainable, right? And I think with most people that think about music, they have no idea that it's a Wyclef said it best. It's a fucking marathon. This ain't no 100-yard dash. It ain't, I got a hit song and that's it. Now let's fucking do content for the rest of our lives, right? You guys are losers. Kill yourself. Mediumjay, The Weekend Show. And actually, you know what? Fuck it. Don't even don't subscribe. Don't listen to my music. I'm like greedy with my music, bro. I be hoarding my music like a fucking a rich landlord or an oligarch. He ain't listening to my music, bro. Some of that music that's deleted, actually on SoundCloud, I might say fuck it. I don't care. Fuck it. There's some music that I really wish I had back, but also, like I uploaded it to MySpace like a fool. MySpace crashed. Uploaded to SoundCloud. Ain't nobody on SoundCloud no more, bro. I go to SoundCloud. The interface is garbage. Why even bring it back up? Fuck them, right? Fuck them. I'm on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Tidal. Amazon Music, if you're a fool, right? Who uses Amazon Music? iHeartRadio, nigga. You know what I'm saying? The Chinese app. You know what I mean? They told me I got 50 million plays in China. You know how much that costed? 50 cents. I got 50 cents, right? Shouts out 50. But we got 50 cents off of millions of... They're probably out in China stealing my shit. But I love Chinese women, man. Some of these Chinese whores, man. Some of these girls, man. Like, oh man. Some of these Asians, man. I'll tell you my secrets. I'll tell you Canadian secrets, baby. You know the book going on, man. Come over here, baby. I'll tell you the nuclear codes. I'll tell you the nuclear codes. Right? it's like the Lever or whatever. The password of the bank heist that they did, or they stole that jewelry shop. It's a big jewelry fucking store thing. The password to their fucking their Wi-Fi or their system, and the password was their name, Lever, not 123, not with a capital or anything. Just the name of their store, bro. It's stupid, bro. I don't know. I didn't look into that much. It could be. I just heard it on the radio, and I was like, those are fuck. That was the 20 or $200 million heist. These guys cracked. These geniuses cracked into the thing, the alarm system password, and smashed all this shit like old school. That's fucking. You gotta give it up, man. In a world full of, you would think, with all these checks and balances and all these security things, and we got the latest AI software update and this and that, you know, just the nigga with the password is the name. It's just the name. You know what I mean? Go hack into their jewelry store and steal millions of dollars, and I bet they're probably something's gonna come out where it was like a family member, some shit was in on it, right there. You know what I mean? Because that's so simple. Like, who would check that? Who would check the name? But I guess that one of the guys came out and said the name was just the password, right? So they get back up and running. They get their jewelry back, and they, all right. Well, maybe we'll put an exclamation. We'll put our name with an exclamation mark on it. That's been the weekend show, guys. I love you. I really do. I love you, the viewer, the listener, the person coming home from work and going like, oh shit, he posted. I love, because I listen to a lot of podcasts, and I'm glad that they're doing their thing, right? They're the moment, like, someone that I really like if, like, I like basketball, right? If they just stop doing basketball, even the WNBA, for a little hit, if they just quit doing basketball, those women, it would suck, just because you can't get it again. It's like, we're in this weird stage especially with the internet, where things are disappearing, right? People are Charlie Kirk. You don't get Kirked, right? And that's no offense, but look at his wife, right? Like, what the fuck is his wife's hugging up on Donald Trump? His wife's pushing some weird, shitty truth platform, parasocial thing, whatever the Parlor app or some shit, and it's like, yo, imagine getting fucking domed live, you know what I mean, in front of hundreds of people filming it. You get killed and you're up in heaven, and your wife's going, I forgive the guy, right? Because she still has to make money. She's like, I've grown accustomed to this nigga's lifestyle, and he just got killed. And that's how, for all the men out there, right? All the men out there, right? Like, is this a ride? Is it a ride or die? Or she's just gonna keep riding, right? You died, she's gonna be riding. Every relationship, when it goes ride or die, usually there's one person riding, there's one person dying, right? There's one person riding, and the other person's like, yippee! Oh, the fucking train's done, or the motorcycle. Oh, it's out of gas. See ya. I'm out here. Oh shit! So it's flat tire, gone, out the door. Right. That's it, man. For all the young killers out there, all the real niggas, all the men, just remember, man, this is all an illusion. I like to say that. It's like the what you see in the box on your little square, or your square on the TV, or your square when your little mini computer, or your big computer, your big screen, this screen, it's all screens. Every time you walk into an establishment, McDonald's, it's ads for McDonald's. You go, why the fuck am I watching? Yo, I'm watching the nigga make a burger, and they have screens where the burger looks better, and you literally have the burger, and you're like, why would they do that? Right? I don't think anybody, this is why I'm genius, by the way. This is why I'm the smartest man in history. Why the fuck are you sitting down with a burger from McDonald's going like, okay, I got this burger, that's right there, but can you go up to the girl that's some fucking foreigner, right, a little East Indian or Filipino, third world country, and you go, hey, I want it like that picture though, up there, that screen that you have where the burger's glistening, and they go, well, actually, it's a. They're not gonna tell you. Well, it's actually just a series of tricks. Like that cheese is plastic. You know, they put like glitter paint on it so the fucking burger crystallizes and it shines. You know, and it gets a pop. They don't know. They just go. Que por qué? I don't know. We can make another burger, and it's the exact same. It'll be the exact same quality and texture of just an average burger, right? Put the burger on the screen. No, this is my point. The burger on the screen is so much more beautiful. Take that, apply it to 1,000 different million times. Bro, even in this podcast, I put it in 4K. I go, it's better than, I look in the mirror. I'm a good looking guy, but when I look at myself on the camera, bro, I'm like, holy shit, dude. Right? It's all edits, it's all camera tricks, it's all AI generated things. You know, it's not real, guys. Pull yourself out the matrix, unplug. There's a, what is that? There's a little plug-in in the back of my head, and I can't reach it. You need a buddy. You need a friend. You need a girl. And pull that shit out, and you go, oh yeah, I'm unplugged. Right? Get unplugged. That's been the weekend show. Like and subscribe. Check out the music. Ops Mixtape Volume 14 might be coming soon. Right? Ops Mixtape Volume 1 through 13. Collect them now before fucking. Oh, and I want to say, the Katy Perry Ops Mixtape Volume 8, Ops in Space, Katy Perry edition, exclusive. It's actually, it's as rare as you can get because Katy Perry's married to Justin Trudeau now, but she's doing numbers, right? I had a little kerfuffle with with the big labels that own Freddie Mercury's music, right? Because I did Bohemian Gad City, and I think last podcast I discussed briefly discussed it, that it was unable to, you're unable to view it anymore. So I uploaded it to X, and I gave my claim like, yo, stop being a little bitch, YouTube. You know what I mean? And the labels, both y'all niggas. That's, you know what I mean? Virtually, we sat down and I pulled my dick out and my balls, and I just started pissing on the table, right? And now that shit's back up, right? Bohemian Gas City, you got all the ops for now, right? They might try to delete some stuff, and I'll come at them again, right? But the beautiful thing is, with my computer, right? I got a laptop. And I should probably, I'm gonna wrap this up at any point. It's probably just gonna cut off, maybe run out of storage or something. But either way, my computer, my laptop, is like 14 years old. My laptop is, I got it in like 29. No, not even, not 20. I got it in like 2010. It's like 15 years old, right? This maybe 2020, maybe 2012. This laptop is so old, and they always say, "Oh, you gotta update. You need to update. Okay, make sure you update." And I go, I still use it the exact same. I go on YouTube, download some beats off the internet, and then pump out ops the mixtape. That's all I do, right? Because it's not good for anything else. I probably couldn't run any legitimate programs off of it because it's just so old. But I remember there was a point when like it was like edging me to be like, it's so slow, right? You just gotta upgrade. Yeah, you gotta upgrade. Oh, Windows 11 came out, gotta upgrade. And every time it gets to that really ridiculously slow, and then after it gives up and it goes, oh, he's not upgrading, right? Oh, fuck it. Well, you just let him utilize the Windows. I don't know, man. If people were more like me, I think the economy would be, we would be like, it would be flatlined economy. And not in terms of like the rich couldn't get really rich. It'd be a series of like rich people going, oh shit, people stop buying our new shit. People aren't buying the new iPhone. He's got an iPhone 14, right? iPhone 12. It still works. This is iPhone, I think, 13. This shit runs smooth as shit, bro. Maybe once in a while I lose signal, but that's probably my service carrier, right? And my service carrier, and I do go out of service every now and then for long truck drives. But I'm like, that's like the worst it gets, right? Shit runs smoothly. I'm still uploading podcasts. Like imagine if no one bought the new thing, right? They got a new AI enhanced TV, which I don't understand. What does the TV what does the TV need AI for? They got those, and you fucking dummies are buying it. That's why now you go to you're like, man, I used to get TVs for $200 and like legit like 40, 50-inch TV, flat screen HD. This, you know, the best of the best. That was like 10 years ago, like $299 at Walmart. I'm like, those same kind of TVs should still be in circulation, like the LG TV. Now it's like $400, and I'm like, yo, it's like the same kinds of TVs, but they're $400. The Xbox, the newest Xbox and the PlayStation 5, bro, they are still the same price at launch. How? Because people are still constantly buying them and trying to sell them for profit. So they realize the resale value on these things because they're still good. But yo, your old Xbox and your old PlayStation 4 is still good, right? There's this guy on Instagram that his name is, I think his thing is Still Good. It's still good, you know what I mean? There's a guy in jail that talked like that too. That I talk. He was fucking. He is like this big NATO guy, and he'd have his lip arced to the fucking right of his eye. His lip would almost be touching his nose, and he'd have that stink face on, and he'd be like, "Yo, man, ain't get a fucking tranny, bro. Ain't gay. She got big tits, nice fat ass. You know what I'm saying? So what? She got a dick, bro. Still fucking the ass, bro. It ain't gay. Get some head, bro. Have her suck your nuts, bro. Get her eat my ass, bro. Ain't gay. You're still good." I remember going like everybody around, because everyone was like, "Yo, this nigga's like crazy." Like, you know, he was like one of those guys you meet in a back alley and he's got a switchblade, right? Like that guy. He was like, "It's still good though, man. Hey, bro, you fuck a tranny, would you?" I guess, man. Yeah, bro. Are we gonna have to fight him? Hey, everybody here, man. We all fuck trannies, bro. It's still good. He's such like a. I remember being like, I hate this nigga, man. I just don't like. He's full of shit, and it's just the confidence of how he talked about. Like, man, you know what I mean? Man, when I get out, man, we gonna be pushing mad weight, bro. We gonna be doing mad shit, bro. We gonna be doing shit, bro. You get out yet? No. You get out yet? No. But when we do get out, bro, we gonna be getting mad pussy, bro. But we ain't gonna focus on the pussy, man. We got trannies to deal with. You know, trannies won't fuck up on money, man. They think like men, bro. I was like, I see where he's going, but it's the way he would talk, still good, bro. We don't care about nothing, man. We keep to ourselves, man. We don't let nobody into our shit, bro. He'd talk like it was like a movie that every time he talked, it was movie. Yes, roll dice with that nigga all the time. We roll dice with everybody. It was fun to roll. It's fun as honestly, man. It's gonna sound. Jail's not that bad, man. When you're rolling dice and playing poker, it's like, how many times do you get the boys in for a poker game where you got like 18 people playing? You know what I mean? Texas Hold'em. You got 20 people rolling the dice together, and you're all in a room together laughing, right? Because jail sucks. Like the main jail, the isolated jail sucks. But once you're good, you know you're good. You do good. You know, you ain't fucking around with the thing, and the prison girls like you. They go, he's ready to get up, right? I'm probably thinking about blowing them, right? Then they go back on, you know, some guys I think been fucking, you know, some guys you can fuck some of those because they know where the cameras are. They bring you out into the washroom or some shit. And the weird thing is, yeah, there's like the public washrooms in jail. Or it's like, it's just cabins, like old military bases. I'm like, yo, this is actually nice, bro. The motherfuckers that cook, you get into the kitchen, you can eat as much as you want. So they got ice cream for that day. You can go out and fucking eat the ice cream, little ice cream bars or whatever. You got like freezies in jail, bro. We had pizza pops. It was actually, I remember being in jail going like, when the good parts happen, I go, it's dangerous, right? Because some people don't get that, right? Some people don't get a solid meal, right? So it's like there's homeless Steve, and he was like, I just come to jail, and he walked up to me, nice to meet you, and I remember going like, something's off about this guy, and then later they told me, it was like, yeah, he's homeless, like, and then when he was leaving, they were like, he took everything. He took all the clothes they gave him. He took all the fucking like little pencils and pens and little papers, and he took everything, bro. Motherfucker took his sandals and socks from jail. He took everything from jail. And I was like, why? He's like, oh, he's homeless. You didn't know? That guy was homeless. Like, he's going out to nothing, bro. And I was like, shit, man. Like, if I didn't have my mom to pick me up, I would be. What would I do? Sleep? I was literally that day like, my mom doesn't pick me up, or doesn't meet me or whatever. I don't see her. I'm sleeping on a bench tonight, right? And that's scary. I would probably just go commit more crimes. You would have to, right? What do you do? Because this is what they don't ever tell you. You get out of jail, bro. They kind of just, if they're like, do you need a ride back to the city? I'm like, I guess. Ain't nobody picking me up, right? I'm not walking. We're out in the country, out on some military base on a farm, right? So even if you try to escape, good luck, man. You guys are far and few between. You gotta hope that you can be a convict, collect, get picked up by a farmer or some truck driver, and then they just kind of go, all right, so you bring you a ride back, and you get the ride back, and they just pull up to the fucking court office right in the heart of downtown and go, get out. Good thing I live downtown and my mom lives downtown, so it was okay. But I can't imagine for anybody that legitimately, like, it's literally, what are you gonna do, right? Like, if you got on your own, somehow fucked up and went into jail, what do? You don't have a place, right? Good luck. Even if you own it, you didn't pay property taxes for the last whatever years that you were in jail. Coming out, you have nothing. All your shit gets backed up. Shit, you could even have just one Netflix thing. Recurring payment can fuck up your entire bank account savings for years, right? Every month it just keeps pulling out. Yeah, it's I don't know what the recidivism rate is, but it's got to be. I know it's shitty. I know that, like, deep down, the people that get out of jail and have nothing, they literally. I had nothing, but I had someone. But if you have no one and nothing, what are you doing? And I think that's what happened with my friend Steven, Base Jesus. Like, I used to, because I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that it's like, there's no services. You know what I mean? And usually it's at nighttime. So it's like at 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Good luck. What are you going to do? You're going to wait till the homeless shelter? You're going to sleep on a bench somewhere. Hopefully not get picked up again by the police. And that's how they have, it's a revolving door, the prison system. And to be honest, it's nothing. Like, it's nothing that you can do to stop it. And that's what sucks about it. I think, like, especially there's like more people that are like meth addicts that do better in jail, right? They do better because they're not on hard. You're not on coke, crack, meth, PCP, fent. My brother, when I seen my brother in jail, I was like, he looks, I believe whatever, like, I believe that was all a fucking bunch of rumors. And I seen him out of jail. And I was like, he's got all these marks on him. Like, that's like using. Like, he looks like different. Like, he was one of those pretty boy Floyd motherfuckers, bro. Like, don't mess up the face, bro. Do my hair for an hour type nigga. And I guess he got hooked. He got hooked on something. Because when I seen him, man, I looked at him. I'm like, you're like a different guy than who I knew. But in jail, he looked good. He was still good. So some guys that's what it is. They like thrive in jail. I remember being in jail and I gotta make it shitty for myself. I kind of isolated it to a certain point when the guys were all having fun, I would go read a book or some shit because I was like, or every now and then, fuck around, put a chocolate bar up and roll dice with the boys. It is fun. It is fun in jail, but it's also dangerous because when you have more fun on the inside, why the fuck do you want to go out on the outside? It's the grass is greener in jail, right? Sometimes you can get that fucking. Well, I might as well go back because if you got nothing on the outside, like there has to be like, all right, there has to be like just a better system to just releasing prisoners to go. I got nothing. I got nowhere to go, man. I guess they do have halfway houses and shit like that. But it's like, bro, like, where are you gonna get the money? Where are you gonna get a job? Like, a lot of these guys don't have skills. I'm lucky that I had a truck driving license, so people could look past the criminal record and get a job. But in reality, man, it still took a long time being certified with all the experience that I have to find a good job. And I think, like, for those people, you could go out on the res and look around, man. Like, it's like baby mama's calling cops on your thing, on your baby daddy. He gets fucked over. This and that happens. People calling the cops. People love to call the cops and ruin people's life. Motherfucker told me, I'm gonna call the cops on you. We were in a argument, and he fucking hit me with his broom. I pulled a knife on him, and he's like, I'm calling the cops on you. You like your life? And I'm like, bro, you like fucking hit me, bro. I'm telling you, back the fuck off, bro. If you really want to do this, bro. And he was like, he told the cops all this shit. I'm like, fuck, man. Cops beat the shit out of me. I go to jail, bro. Like, that's it. And I'm like, you ruined my life because you were scared after attacking me, right? You fucked with me. You did all, and I'm like, I wish I could, well, actually, I wouldn't do anything different because if I did anything different, I would have killed that nigga. I would have just killed him on his lawn, bro, with his wife there in tears, bro. I would have Charlie Kirk that nigga for real, bro. Some of the and the guys, like the people that I dealt with, it's like, yo, you guys act like, oh, he did everything aggressively. I was just minding my own business. At 3 a.m. you were minding your own business. You weren't arguing. You weren't talking shit to me. You weren't on your own lawn. You're sweeping and you just I just was skateboarding by and nothing happened. And all of a sudden I pulled a knife on you, right, on your own property. That's what happened. Really, that's what you're telling the story, right? I was walking by thing and I was on meth and you kicked me out. That's what happened. Really, I was on meth. Right? Really? Yeah, that's what happened. All right, stick with that story because once we get into the afterlife, bro, I'm fucking body. God knows, man. God knows. Jesus knows. The Holy Spirit and the ghosts know. A real nigga like me, I guess my comeuppance, bro. You guys are gonna be in hell, and then I'll go, hey yo, Jesus, send me down there. Hey yo, God, send me down to hell. I gotta whoop some fucking dude's ass that fucked with me in purgatory in life. Because I think Earth is like purgatory. It feels weird. It's like an empty feeling. Even when you get all your dreams and ambitions and goals, I'm kind of empty after a certain point, right? Joe Rogan said it best, right? Once you get a mansion, at a certain point you got a mansion. It's your house, right? Maybe I need to end the podcast because I've man. There's some just thinking about some of that shit. It's like for the people. Well, but again, it's like looking back. It's like it's such a bit. I'm calling the cops and I'm scared. After you argued and fought and got to a point where we're about to fight, and then you realized, oh shit, he's gonna fuck me up. And here's I think what people think I'm a crazy guy or whatever. But I think about military operations and I think about like murder and I think like about fighting and I go like, yo, the art of war is like, yo, if we don't like each other or we're fighting or whatever, I go like, it's never gonna end. I am in that very comfortable position. Like I look at UFC fighters as jokes, not because of what they do or anything like that. I go because I don't see how I could shake someone's hand at the end of a fight. If I win or lose, I go, if I win, I go, this nigga might be mad and might want to catch me out back outside might run up on me with a knife or a gun, right? I feel like in mentally, if I'm really gonna really unleash and fight a guy, then it's gonna be for life, bro. And there's some people that I have and I trusted, and I go, you fucked me over, and it's like, and I look at them and I go, well, let's see how far our life goes, because let's see, and sometimes revenge success is being just better than them is the best revenge. But I go, no, fuck that. I want to stomp some of these niggas' heads in, bro, for real, because they're such lame losers that are just toting the line in the system and using the fact that big black guy with tattoos and raps about murder scared me. But in reality, we were fighting. You know, we were having an argument. You know that there is some sort of thing. And it got into a thing where you push me and I push you. And now we are in this weird zone where it's two men, right? And then you said, all right, fuck it, I'm calling the cops. You ran away and called the cops once it got to the point where you've seen in my eyes that I am willing to die for this shit. And you got scared because you don't even want to kill somebody. And that's been the weekend show with Mediumjay. Like and subscribe. I might just die. Just kidding. It's but I'm willing. Like, that's how I feel with my music. It's how I feel with what I do, and it's obviously I'm not. It's not. But it's like when you're fighting with somebody, I truly feel like you got to lay it all on the line. Obviously, you could take yourself out of it. But I feel like with my enemies, man, like with Donald Trump, you're brave to forgive your enemies, but I'll never do that. Man, fuck those people. That's how I truly feel like, man. My enemies, bro, like, I don't know. Some people forgive, forget. It's a